Howdy, and welcome to the review of The Real Housewives of New York, Episode 2, Season 13. 13 seasons. The episode begins with Sonia. Sonia's been missing in action. She's been MIA. She's had a rough year, as we all had with COVID-19. First, her townhouse that was rented, the people left because of COVID, so she had to move in, and even more, her clothing line that she had a national contract with Century 21 went out of business because this chain went out of business. So she's worried about finance and taken to a depression. I can kind of relate to that. I sort of keep to myself when things are really bad. I don't want to share my bad times with my friends. And she gets a healer who tells her to basically get up, or she tells her to get up. But she's struggling and avoiding her friends. I want to move on to Leah. Leah, too, has been struck. She's moved into a new apartment. And Ramona had came up with an idea of having a party in the Hamptons at her wonderful, huge spread in the Hamptons. And I think Ramona was trying to make up from last season because these two clash. First, they were mother and daughter. Then they were friends, and they fought through the season. So I think this was a thing of Ramona of saying, you know what? Let's have a Burning Man party at my house. Now, forget this is Hamptons, and none of these women have ever gone to a Burning Man party. But you know what? Ramona's a good sport. Let's have it at our place. Meanwhile, Ebony is contemplating her life. Her fiance, their relationship is over. Her fiance is considerably older. And together they had a large apartment. Problem was that his children are older, and he chose to stay with his children instead of Ebony. And Abby admits to Leah that she's never slept in the king size or the master bedroom. And Ramona extended an invitation to her to join the party in the Hamptons. All the women look like they've had some work done. I think Sonia's had a little bit too much done. And I'm saying the older women, not the younger women. Although I believe Leah had her nose done. Of course, the senior, Ramona Singer, says she's never had any work done at 64. Let me do it again. She says she's never had any work done. Okay. She says it. That's her truth. But her body was rocking. At the party, she had on this silver dress and she had on pasties and she was ready to go. And I'm telling you, for 64, that woman, I'm telling you. We have Luann. Luann is moving into an apartment. She's moving up, the former countess. And the apartment, if you saw the last episode, episode 1, happens to be, she can see her husband's or ex-husband's terrace from the new apartment. It wasn't intentional. So let's go to the party. Leah and Ebony arrive first. And Sonia and Leanne are very late, so they eat without her. Housewives, on every housewife, there's drama about who gets what room. And the queen of the room fights is usually Ramona. But Ramona's really laid back. She really wants this party to go off well with a minimum of drama. She's hired cooks. She's hired party planners. There's a great expense to put out for this party. And they even hired a healer. Her name is Levy or Devi. And of course, people are a little nervous when you get healers. You know, you're not sure if you can trust a healer. And no one more than Ramona, who likes to be in control. But we learned during the healing section that Ebony doesn't have much family. It's just she and her mother left. And her grandmother is near death, and she doesn't know what she's going to do. There's no children. And this is a real concern. So the healer touched her. Leah is the same situation. Leah is not close to her mom. The relationship is volatile at times. And she feels the family will disintegrate once her grandmother dies. And she's very close to her grandmother. And let me talk about Leanne. Okay, I got to talk about somebody. Leanne needs somebody to address her. She's a beautiful woman. The former countess is a beautiful woman, but she wears clunky jewelry. And for this party, she's got this fur hat with ears. She's wearing this brown, like almost leotard, camel in full view. It's like, you need someone to dress you, pretty lady. You really, truly do. And so, but the thing about Leanne is a good party person. She's always up for a good time. And Sonia, Leah, and Ebony were touched by the Debbie, the spiritual person there. And at one point, she encouraged them to scream. And the scream brought 3 of the 5 women to tears. But Ramona didn't trust it. She wanted to know how things worked. She didn't trust anything about the process. And she just went along with it. And all I could think of was when I'm watching this, they're screaming. And in the case of Leah, she sounds like she's being beaten and raped. And y'all in the Hamptons. So in my mind, I could see police cars coming here, like, what's happening? What's going over here? But the episode was light. There was no fighting. Sure, there's fighting to come, but it was light. The party was successful. Everybody was happy. Ebony left late. She was just tired and I think emotionally spent. And she wasn't going to get white girl drunk. She was clear about that. But so far, the season is taking off. And this is my first review on this channel, and I hope you stick with me. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. The Rodfather 916. With a smile, I'm wishing you love, joy, and happiness. Please be well. Take care of yourself. Bye.